to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are here. I think we're on. Hopefully it's live. I know we had a little bit of a weirdness going on this morning. So many updates and so many technology changes are happening fast every day. So we're just going to keep up with it and go with the flow. So I want to welcome everyone to the show. Today we're going to talk about the full moon in Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius, and this has been an Aquarius year, which means revolutionary change, technology advancements. We're seeing it all over the place, and it's constant. To me, it's very exciting and interesting, and at the same time, a little scary. I get it. I know what that can feel like. So, but this is about healing your spirit with the full moon. This full moon arrives on July 23, 24, depending on where you are in the world. So it's probably close to a timeline change or day change. But this is one of those moons that is nurturing, yet there's change, there's healing. And we've had a lot with bringing up old stuff lately. Last week we talked about that. It was big about bringing in the healing for the deeper wounds and pain. We're going to talk about this particular moon. I love full moons. I just love the energy that they have. They're about releasement. And here's the thing. What they do is they help anchor our focus and our thought into what our intentions are. Whether it's not like the moon itself is this big magical, planet up there or moon, whatever it is, and you like, oh, it's going to do everything for me. No, it's more of this beautiful influence that it helps bring us around and reminds us. So these are very ancient in astrology. It's very ancient. It's thousands of years old. It's ancient teachings and different things they used with the sky and the planets and the stars and the asteroids and all of it to help us find our balance, find a way to grow on a spiritual soul level. So I've been really intrigued with it in the last few years, which is why I started bringing it into the show, because with all the shift and change that was happening in the world, I started to really notice there was synchronicities. I would see things that were in astrology with the alignments, and then I was seeing things happen out in the world, happen in my own life. So I'm sharing it. You can take it or leave it. I just find it very interesting. It's information to help you find the best way to achieve your goals, to keep yourself inspired, and to move forward. Moving forward with a lot of advancements and shift and change really fast. For some people, it's really difficult. I get that. I'm trying to catch up too, but I find it exciting. And that moon energy that's coming in is going to really be a godsend, honestly, for me. It's just the Aquarius energy is all about the water bearer. It's resembled in astrology drawings as the picture of water pouring. And sometimes you'll see drawings or artists will depict it as a female and some as a male. It doesn't matter. It's about the water, the container. It's about the container holding the water. And water is representative of emotions. So this is a vessel that's carrying the emotional weight, the pain of the world, and it transmutes it. It's for healing, and then it pours it back into the world to activate a shift of consciousness or higher purpose. So that's what I love about Aquarius energy, and that's what we have. It has a natural healing energy to it. Aquarius energy does, and it nurtures us at the same time. So it will bring up some things that we need to deal with, but at the same time it's very nurturing. It's about change, but we feel nurtured as we're changing and embracing something different. So I really like that. There's also another asteroid here that's active at the same time, and that's Chariklo. It's a different asteroid you don't hear about very much, but this asteroid is associated with spirit medicine. So this is about your spiritual healing, spiritual medicine. So it's all about our spiritual growth and higher purpose. And sometimes it's through healing from a crisis. I found that interesting because the whole world's been healing through something with that. And then on an individual level, we may have things going on. So I thought, wow, this is good stuff. So I'm looking at this going, okay, this is a lot of healing energy that we've been talking about through July. And July has got positive energy in it, but it's also bringing up these deep wounds that we need to deal with. And I get that. So when we look at this, we're going, wow, okay, let's evolve. Let's work through this, because this energy that we've been feeling for the last few weeks has been giving us opportunity to go to the tougher parts of us, to the parts that are uncomfortable, or you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready, and help us process it with the nurturing energy. Now, what's interesting here is we have 2 Aquarius moons back to back. 2. We have one coming up July 23rd, 24, and then another one in August, in about a month. So both of these 2 full moons back to back in Aquarius is giving us 2 months worth of working through some nurturing healing, revolutionary change. And I find that so intriguing. I really do. So for me, I'm excited to share it with you because I thought, wow. So we're going to talk about this asteroid as well, because that is about the spiritual growth with this moon. And we've just longed for this healing. We've longed for letting it go, and we feel like we did, and then it comes back around, and that's just evolving as we take those layers off. But now, to feel lighter and free, to actually feel, okay, yeah, let's do this. So it's worth your effort to work with the energy of healing, like energy healing, whether it's Reiki, maybe you use crystals, maybe your belief system is completely different. You know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But working with healing and letting go would be worth your efforts during this moon, because it's heightened, it's more amplified for healing. And why not? I mean, why wouldn't we want to do that? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. So if we have 2 of these in a row, we'll talk about August. The August one is around the 22nd of August. This is this one now. So here it is, the 22nd, while we're doing this show live. So this one will be tomorrow for us. And if you have 2 of these, you want to mark your calendar. You want to take a moment and just, you know, work with this, because Aquarius is an air sign, which is interesting. It's an air sign, but represented by the water bearer. An air sign is your thinking, your mental. So, and it's a lot about the emotions. The water is the emotions. So we're thinking about these emotions we feel. Yeah, we're thinking about that. We want to collect it. We want to understand, why is this signifying the emotions of the whole world? You know, what are we going to do with this? But if you're thinking about how this works, let's just explain that water bearer a little bit more. This gift is collecting the emotions. That's what the pitcher, or the, you know, the container, the vessel is holding. The water represents the emotions of the world. Now here they are transmuting, but they're using the power of air, which is the Aquarius sign. The power of the mind, the power of the mental. So we are going to be transmuting. You have this within you to do this. So then it pours it back out, bringing a shift in consciousness. Now think about that. If we were to take that back, and it's like, what could we do and be responsible for here? We take our emotions, we process them, and we think about what we're thinking, what we're believing, what we're focusing our thoughts on. And we're willing to let that go and move forward, to see a different perspective, to have a new consciousness, to have a change of heart, actually. That's a big shift, and that's a big healing. I mean, I can express it in ways that I felt it in my own life, because I mean, I've experienced it, but I know that there'd be times over my life that, you know, I really believed it to be a certain way, whether, you know, whatever it was, not even about spiritual things. Like, no, this is the way it should be done. This is the way a recipe should go together, whatever it is. And then I realized what I need to change it. Then I think about it, and I think how frustrated I am why it's not working. Then you shift it and you try something different, maybe something innovative, something new you've never thought of before. And now everything moves forward again. You've had a shift of consciousness. That's using something very simple. Like, you could do that with anything. Like, why is it that I can never grow an orchid or whatever if you're a gardener? And why do they always die on me? Okay, looking at, hi Emmy, the co-host, looking at something very differently and approaching it from a different perspective can open up doors. I don't know what's going on out there, but she's taking care of it, so I'll let her. So anyway, this is deep, but really, really cool. So you're going to work on emotion healing with mental energy. That's what these two mean together. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you guys in the chat. Welcome. And we're lucky to be here. We had a crazy storm last night and wasn't sure if anything was going to work today. So here we have nourishing energy, because Aquarius is nurturing. It has this natural healing, because if you feel nurtured, that's healing in itself, right? If you feel comforted while you're going through something, that's healing. And then you connect this all together with Chariklo, which is the asteroid of spirit medicine. Now you have spiritual soul growth, you have spiritual awakening, you have, you know, whoa moments, like aha moments, like, wow, I don't think I'll ever look at this the same again, things like that, because it's revolutionary in Aquarius as well. You have just different, to me, I get curious. I really do. I'm so curious about how it'll play out, but I'm sharing all of this so you understand it. Now, because we have Aquarius with Chariklo, it'll feel soothing. It has a very healing vibration to it. So if you were to take your efforts and approach, what is it that I need to heal in my life? What do I need to do here? And use this energy now, because you can do this at any time of the year, but it'll feel more heightened and more amplified right now. So it makes it easier if this is something new you're trying to do. And it's very supportive. Now, this energy is supportive of alternative healing methods. I mean, of all healing methods, really. But if you really enjoy working with crystals, it might be worth your while to pull them out and cleanse them and work with them if they keep your focus on what your intention is. Because when we're working, if you think about it with law of attraction, everything's about what we're focusing on. We're healing the way we think with law of attraction. We're healing the way we think. I mean, if you think about that, and if your thoughts seem to go more negative, if you seem to just hold on to those thoughts, we're working to heal that. So we have energy with this here. You may like Reiki, you may like other vibrational healing methods. Energy healing, we're talking about energy healing here. It's a big deal. You may want to work with herbal medicines. You may want to work with clearing energy. Whatever your belief systems are, use them. Go take them more seriously. Go with it. So if this is a spiritual healing journey, our spirituality, our soul, our level of consciousness, our higher purpose is really wanting some attention here. It wants to draw in and be a part of where we're moving forward. Yeah, it's always been there. It's always been a part of us. But has it been a balanced part of us? Because sometimes we just get caught in the rut of the physical world I find that and that's why I'm so passionate about doing this. It's not for everybody. I mean, you know, that this is an important part of who I am, to explain it that way. Sharing my experience, as all of you know from last week, or if you've known me for a long time, you know I paint, but I can't paint without my spiritual side. My spiritual side can't be just that without the painting. It's an expression in the physical. But all of these things are part of who I am. And if I was denying one part, the other doesn't exist. You may be an incredible fashion designer, or a writer, or a marketer, or whatever it is you do. It doesn't matter. But that soul part of you is a driving force in how we express ourselves in the world, to being our truest self, to being which your higher purpose is. And it could be a multiple of things you do, but if this part of you is not tended to and nurtured as well, it's missing a piece of you. That's what's worked for me moving forward through different things that I've had happen. It just matters. So let me tell you a little bit more about this moon. So I hope it's giving you some examples. I give you examples that I know that I've experienced, and that's all I can do is share, because you know, I can't just say, oh, it's like this for everybody, but this is how I've experienced it. My spiritual side it's always been so important. And if I denied it or ignored it or pretended it wasn't there, like I did when I was much younger, because everybody thought you were weird or airy-fairy or whatever they call you, I had to not care about that anymore, because that's not who I am. To deny that side of me, I have had that connection. It's there. I don't care whether you believe it or not. You may have never experienced it, but I know that it's real for me. And if I was to deny that side of me, I'm not giving you all of who I am in a complete balance. I hope that made sense. So we also have Pluto active. Let's talk about Pluto, shifting gears. You know, Pluto represents the change part. The old goes away forever, and then there's a rebirth. You know, that it's considered death, rebirth, but it's more about old things go away, there's change in the air. That's active too right now, because this moon is about healing emotions that are standing in the way of big change for you. Okay, so we're putting all these things together. We've got emotions, we have our thoughts, we're fixing our thoughts, I guess, with law of attraction, and then we are working with Pluto, which is bringing a lot of energy in change. Like, there's change. It needs to change. This is old. This is redundant. It's not working. Let's let it go. All that kind of thing. So, if full moons are about letting go and finishing up an old cycle, okay, so it'll have more amplification with that. So we're looking for this energy to work with us, not feel like we're resisting something we need to let go of. What needs to fall away in your life? That's what you want to ask yourself. Very important. What do we need to let go of in order to experience the change we're looking for, the rebirth we're looking for? What is it that's in the way? What's holding me back? What's happening here? You know, all of that kind of stuff. You might feel that you want to release something, but you're not sure what it is. Don't worry about it. Remember, we have this moon and we have another Aquarius full moon in a month. You may not know what it is right this minute. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. The most important part is your focus being on the intention that you really do want to let go. You're just trying to work out what it is. But write that question down. What is it that I truly need to get out of the way here? What emotional triggers are causing me to stop and not move forward? Write those questions down to ask yourself as you go through this month and next month, because this is a good time for moving and shifting here. Now, if they just don't feel like you can work it out, don't fret it. There's time, but I would definitely apply some action here. Take some action if you're truly trying to sort that out. because change is in the air with this full moon. Change is in the air. So you want to go with, okay, there's change in the air. What is that change? You know, you might be called out to shift directions. You might find that something is opening for you. A door is opening for you to go in a different path, or to take the talents that you have, the experiences that you have from everything you do now. Maybe it's to just do it differently. Maybe it's to take it and forge a new direction. You don't have to have it sorted out completely, like I said, but you do want to apply some attention to it. You do want to give it some time and effort. And I hear lawn people next door, so it might get a little noisy over here for a minute, but they're pretty quick. I hear the weed whacker going by the window. So keep an open mind. Keep an open mind and stay in that mindset of curious to what possibilities are out there for me. Be curious. Don't be afraid to be curious. Don't be afraid of it. This is a really good way to work with this energy. Be curious of what's out there for me. What could I learn? What's out there for me? Yes, what's out there? Now, after I go through some of this energy of the full moon, we'll take some questions, we'll do some readings. So I will get over to the live chat if you want to join us on that. It's over in the YouTube live chat on my channel, Jenn Royster. So let me get the energy out here. Let's see here. We have, here we go. I was losing track of where I was. Sorry, the weed whacker is distracting. Maybe you can't hear it, but I certainly can. Okay, so if we've been called to change direction by this, and maybe completely end one cycle to rebirth a new cycle in our life that's just not working, make sure that you're not afraid to look at it and explore it. Just look to see what the possibilities are. You want to be proactive. If you can possibly be proactive and you see some sort of avenue that might be worth a look-see, it might be worth me exploring that avenue to see what I can learn in that area. For me, it's about embracing learning how to do something you have no idea what you're doing. That has helped me. If I take that mindset of, okay, I'm going to learn something brand new, have no clue what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. And don't overwhelm yourself. Just have that intention to learn. The universe can open doors and drop the teachers in your lap and the opportunities to discover new things as long as you're willing to show up. You want to show up. That's the proactive part. Now you don't worry about all the answers. This is exploration. This is a big exploration of what could be coming up. You may know what it is, then you go for it. But you want to get that wheel in motion about, okay, this is about a big revolutionary change for me. This is a big moment of complete healing and change for me where I can shift this. I can really do this. And if Aquarian energy is revolutionary and it likes to do things off the cuff, very different, that's what you'll have to get used to, because things that aren't the norm or the popular, oh man, I feel like I'm really good at that part. No, I'm not the most popular everything out there, but I'm doing it the way that it works and it's different, and I always try to shift and go that way. I always seem to be finding some different way to do something. I had to be okay with that too. I had to be okay that's who I am, because I find and discover new things that work that way. When I try, and I have honestly given it an honest shot several times before, where I've tried other approaches that are popular, they never work for me. So this energy works for me because it wants to be different. So don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be, oh, I'm the only one that's trying it this way. Well, maybe you're going to be the one that invents something brand new. Let it go that way. Be curious. Stay positive with that approach. It's going to encourage you to step outside the box of your comfort zone. So if you like being in your comfort zone, this is an opportunity to step out of the comfort zone and do it more often. Yes, do it more often. Aquarius energy is about change. So we want to change. We want to find those areas that, I mean, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you won't discover the new things you're looking for. That's what can make you feel stuck, like it's not changing. I can't seem to shift my mindset. I keep remembering all this pain from the past. Why can't I get over that? This energy can help. This energy can help. So ask yourself a couple other questions. How can I bring ease into my life? How can I lighten up a little bit on this area that's troubling me or triggering me or I'm highly sensitive to? How can I lighten up? Yeah. What do I need to let go of to achieve this? These are questions to ask yourself. So then you wait. If you ask yourself these questions and you're willing to listen to the answer, you may or may not like the answer, or the answer may be, oh, I don't know, that seems kind of scary. I don't know anything about it. Exactly. You are being answered in Aquarius energy to step outside your comfort zone and to explore something completely different. Doesn't mean you have to give away the farm. That's not what I'm saying. Explore it. Go learn about it. Absolutely. So this may stir the wind of change for you, this full moon. Oh, yes. But if you were to be willing to work with it within the next week here, as it starts to fade, you might start to feel that you're freer and lighter. And now you have, maybe it was precious time to do some things you really wanted to do. Now you have time to do them. Maybe it was, you know what, I just need to do this and quit worrying about it. You know, quit worrying about it. But we do that. We hold all of that on our shoulders, that weight, that emotion. The Aquarius energy, the water bearer, the vessel holds all those emotions, transmutes it with the energy of air, the mind, remember, the thought. So if we find ourselves in a negative pattern, this is a great way to practice this. Okay, I hear that negative thought, but I'm going to transmute it because it's a triggering emotions for me. I'm going to transmute it and work with law of attraction, for example, and work with something positive to replace it with. Those, you don't forget them, but you can shift the intention. You can work with it that way. This is energy healing work. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are energy. They're something we experience, but they're not actually your identity. They're something that you experience that pass through you, like a storm or a beautiful snow and cools off. You know, it just, you know, how are you experiencing your emotions? This is an opportunity to heal some big things that have been plaguing you, that have been hurting you, that have been holding you back. So there you go. That's a little bit about this moon. So let me go over and see how everybody's doing over in chat. Hello, we got Michelle, Maddie, Connectory. Is that how you say it? I kind of like that. Shadana, hey Shadana, Beth, Megan, Dilek, Beth, Maddie. Wow, okay. All right, let me start reading. Good morning and happy Thursday to all of you. So let's see. The first question is Beth. Beth is, this is so interesting. So much change going on right now. I'm having to really change my old values and the self-judgment. Definitely getting called out to change. I hear you, and it is interesting, isn't it? To me, it is, and there goes the lawnmower now. So the lawn will be beautiful. So if you hear the buzz, that's the lawnmower going by. I know. They usually cut on Thursday mornings at 8. I don't know, they're a little late today. So this is, I felt the energy shifting, making me look at something that I've seen over and over and over again for years. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if anybody's experienced this, but you know, really challenging how we feel about something. And then you just see it completely different all of a sudden. And you realize, oh wow, I need to, wow, you know, like stops you. That's how I've experienced it in the last couple of days. I was just wondering if anybody else has felt that, because I found that very, like, just stop me dead in my tracks, because I'm trying to just go down the way I know it, and stops me, and I realize, oh, that's not the way I need to be approaching that at all. I need to do it completely different. There you go. Things like that. Let's see, Maddie, definitely feeling some confusion and uncertainty about my next move and which opportunities to pursue. It always feels like you have a lot of them at the same time, and then it's like you want them all, but you don't know, and then it's too much. It always feels like that a little bit, because you have a high energy mind that can process a lot at the same time. So for you, when you have a high energy mind like that, and multitasking is important in a lot of jobs out there, and then at the same time, how do we orchestrate that to be proficient, right? It's tough because none of my options are definitive or clear. The angels have any advice? Yeah, working with this energy for sure. Well, remember, this energy is really strong about the change. There'll be a lot of opportunities coming in. I definitely feel like you might be processing a little longer than like right now, because we have 2 back-to-back Aquarius moons, remember. So this is about the change and feeling lighter. But you're looking for, if you were to list all of, thank you, Michael's so organized, he does that. Michael comes in, Archangel Michael, because he's great with career counseling, by the way. He is. But he's saying, list out all these opportunities that don't seem clear, and which ones seem to be the ones that are more interesting to you. He's asking you to look at the interest. Like, some of them look like that would be the logical one that I should do, but which one's showing more interest to you, because you're going to have the energy to see that one through better. And that's what I'm receiving. So look at that. Delek, I feel the uncertainty as well, and I'm actually really changing the perspective about my self-value. That's good to hear. That's probably one of the most important things you can do. Also, I definitely can see that I'm standing my ground more and more day by day. I started feeling more confident and have courage to move forward. Yay! I'm so proud of you. That's good news. That's good. Because to stand in your value and not second guess yourself, and to stand up for, no, I feel this way or that way. That's a very good foundation to build on. And that's exactly what you want to do. Because if we want to feel confident in moving forward out of our comfort zone into unknown territory that we've never heard of before, or we don't even know it very well, and we're trying to discover something new, you want to feel confident and trust yourself. So you are absolutely on the right track. That's good to hear and read about you. Thank you for sharing that. Maddie, have definitely felt a lot of sudden knowings. It's such a strange feeling, mostly rolling with it. Hey, that's huge to hear from you. That's good. You're just going with it. So you're thinking about it, but not overthinking it. That's what I'm hearing in that. And that's good to see. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see. Giovanna, hi. Hi, Jen. Do the angels have anything for me for my spiritual awakening process? Whoa. Well, here's one thing I'm receiving about it. Let me process that. The spiritual awakening process. I feel that it's feeling like you've been curious about it. This is what I'm picking up. You've been curious about it. You know that you don't feel the same about certain things in your life. You actually might be feeling more sensitive about certain things that you used to be able to tolerate just fine. These are signs that you are in the transitional shift, and that it's more about exploring these things you're curious about. You don't have to like shut doors real hard on everything right now, but it's a good place for you to be stepping gently forward into exploring new and different ways to approach your life. but something does feel like it's just, you just don't feel the same about it. That's usually a big sign that spiritual awakening is happening. Spiritual awakening can also be about your gifts, your own personal gifts, like connection with angels or spirit guides or whatever you may have. But I'm feeling that you just need to allow yourself to explore these things you're curious about. I feel like there's such a curiosity, you don't know which book to pick off the shelf, or you don't know which one to learn about first. That's a big sign. I see a lot of books stacked around you, and that tells me that you're extremely curious. You can't stop thinking about it. Is that right? I don't know. I find that very, very interesting. The angels are saying enjoy the process. Don't overwhelm yourself, but go with what interests you the most. Absolutely, go with what interests you the most. Now, we've been overhauling our website, by the way, so I want everybody to know if for any reason you ever wanted like private sessions, you can just reach out to us and ask us, and we'll book it off the side. We don't have that on the website right now because we're shifting and changing. We're evolving into some things. So it's just going through a big renovation. And so my time, in order for me to do that, I've just got to schedule it differently instead of it just grabbing times like we used to do. So we have another thing we're planning as well about moving into your truth and growing on a soul level, and it's going to be kind of a coaching course that I'm working on now. That'll be a bigger one. We put a couple of smaller ones out, but this one will be a bigger one. So we're just going to keep plowing on with that. So if anybody ever wants to know about that, you can just ask us individually right now, because it's good. It's a work in progress with so much change going on. So let me see what else we have. Megan, any insight for my relationship? Other aspects of my life are growing and changing in an exciting way, but romantic relationship is a source of stress lately. Okay, immediately I am picking up something. Absolutely, yes. I'm picking up from Archangel Gabriel about communication. The communication's a bit glitchy, is what I'm feeling. And here's the thing, we're going through changes and we're feeling things on a different level, but sometimes it's hard to remember when we have so much going on in our life that's changing and exciting, that a personal relationship that we're in, they're changing and going through something too. And everybody responds to change differently. Some people are triggered to be more irritable. Some people are triggered to, no, I want to just go into my shell, I'm not ready to do that. Some people don't want to change yet, and so they might resist it more. Some people don't know how to handle it when there's so much going on for the other partner. So it's more about a communication glitch. So working with Gabriel is what I'm feeling for you, to ask about clear communication and also listening. We want to be able to be clear, but we also want to hear the other side of the story. There might be another side of the story here. Maybe somebody's concerns, or somebody's feeling a little left out. I don't know. It doesn't really feel that bad. It feels like it's just communication that needs a little effort. I know. And sometimes it takes two to tango with that. I know. But if you give it your intention, then it'll be more clear to you what's going on with that relationship. That's what I was picking up on that. That was an interesting read. Connectory, trying to find a job while I build my business, need direction. Oh, okay. I feel that there is a narrowing of the focus for you. I'm just picking up on energy here right now. I feel like you have a lot of different things going on. And the other thing is finding the job. It's important where you are in your life right now, that it allows you to continue to build your business, but also you enjoy the work. And the other thing, oh, thanks, I'm getting add-ons now. This is coming from Michael as well. Jobs that can help you learn skills that will benefit you in the business you're building. So you'll be doing, that's a win-win. So you'll be doing a job, You want to enjoy the job, but it also will give you incentive. Like, even if it's not something you want to do permanently, it could be just keeping good books. I don't know. But something that will help benefit you and give you skills, round out your skills. These are stepping stones to your business that you're building. That's what this is. But you're going to need to love it and it not drain the living bejeebies out of you. I feel like you'll get drained easily if you're in the wrong job. Watch out for that. That's what I'm picking up for you. So if that helps narrow your focus on what to look for, I hope so. Because I feel like you have a lot of opportunities, but people pleasing or something that's going to be very draining isn't going to help you. Delek, I am uncertain about my career. I know I'm on the right. Well, you guys have got a lot of questions today. This is good. I am uncertain about my career. I know I'm on the right way deep down inside of me, but I definitely don't know when I'm going to start seeing true value of my work. I have a YouTube channel. Well, good. Well, good for you. Okay. It's not about needing to know when you're going to see it. It's about deciding to see it. It's about the belief in yourself. So this is what you're working on. You just keep going. You're going in the right direction, but sometimes we feel impatient. Like okay, yep, I'm ready to go, and then there might be a disappointment the next day, and it just knocks us down. It's when you can pick yourself back up and you want to keep believing in yourself, even though it doesn't feel like it's, you feel disappointed by something or something negative. It's lifting up in that. I know that's sounding like, oh, I feel like I'm doing that a lot, but you're growing. You're growing big, but that strength that you're building in yourself is big. You want to keep going with that. Whatever you need to do to practice. Some people are just that. They need to practice maybe, being in crowds more, or like, I know that's kind of a weird thing to say with pandemic stuff going on, but just being with people more, or maybe it's social skills, or maybe it's listening more, but am I listening to myself? And I feel for you, you're on the right path. It's just more patience to let it unfold for you. It's a little bit more of a patience. I know that Maddie can relate to the patience part, because she's been working on things. I've seen huge growth for her. And then at the same time, it's not gone like as fast as you'd like it to go. So I think that that's what you're feeling, honestly. So I think you should just stay on track. You're doing great. Shadana, this energy is causing deep sleep, vivid dreams, and definitely changing old habits. Not shutting down so quickly and giving others a chance. Being more open-minded. Alignment with my feminine energy. Good. And that's nurturing energy. Yes, good. The deep sleep. Oh, those dreams are going to give you all kinds of information. Who else is having dreams? Anybody? I always have crazy dreams right around full moons. Usually a week before and a week after, it's a lot of activity in that. For me, that's just something that I just have had for years. I'm just curious. There's a lot of information if we pay attention to our dreams. Like Shadana, I definitely have vivid dreams a lot lately, and oh, she's talking to Shadana, sorry, with certain symbols and deep meanings in them. Yep, there you go. And jot them down, write them down so you don't forget them. Keep a journal. Keep a journal, because all those questions that you have, you're going to have a lot of answers in there. That's coming from you. That's coming from your subconscious. Subconscious tells us in dreams what we need to know in our conscious mind. And it's always going to be something you need to know about yourself, no matter how many people are in there. No matter how many different things are going on in your dream, it's usually something you need to know about yourself. Let's see. I have no idea. This is Shadana replying back. I have no idea what my dream means. If you don't, that's awesome. I feel so out of it when I wake up, but I'm not fully in my body. Yeah, you're going deep into that. So here, let me challenge you guys that are having some dreams. Have you tried the lucid dreaming? Does anybody lucid dream? And do you know what I mean by that? That is, you are actually aware you're in the dream, and say you're being chased by a monster. You can turn around in the dream because you're controlling it, and stand up to the dream, stand up to the monster. It's more you're aware you're dreaming and you can change the events in the dream. It's extremely healing. I was just wondering if anybody's tried that or they can do that. I love it when I do that. And then I know I'm in a dream and I start yelling in the dream to wake myself up. Has anybody ever done that? You know you're dreaming, you know I got to get out of here. I've done that before too. So lucid dreaming is very, very powerful, healing. It's very powerful because you're working with the subconscious. And you think about it, in the subconscious, your mind is free of all the physical restraints of the conscious world. Yes, you can fly in a dream. Yes, all the crazy stuff you can't do in the physical world, you can do in a dream, right? So it takes away the limitations. Takes away limitations. So if you are in a dream and you know you're in a dream, you're lucid dreaming. And if you get to that point, go with that intention before you go to sleep. And then while you're in there, you can work with this dream and you can change events. So say if you're having a recurring dream that's troubling you, it can help you in the conscious to heal something. So that's way cool if you can do that. Let's see, Maddie, patience is definitely a daily challenge. I try to remember to have faith and ask for clear signs to know when to act. Yeah, patience is the virtue that's kind of popping up for you right now. I really was feeling that one as well. Okay, Maddie's also having some crazy dreams, vivid dreams. So many people in my life popping up with messages. What is it they're saying in those dreams? Okay, for you, that dream, what is it they're saying that you need to know about yourself? And whoever's delivering the message, it's interesting how our psyche will pull things out in dreams. Who is it that's giving you the message? The message may not be literal to the person, but the personality, what does this person represent to you? Kind of look at it that way to give you some clues. Like sometimes I remember like a memory, mostly it's like I was living in that moment. Yeah, those are going to be very powerful for you to work with right now, especially on that self-value. You can work with that in your dreams. How do we know when someone else is intentionally, subconsciously coming in with the message they want to give us in real life? Well, intentionally, subconsciously. You mean in the dream, I'm assuming. I think that's what you're saying. Dreams are usually pretty metaphoric. For example, let me give you an example of what I mean. They're pretty metaphoric. A lot of times they're not literally that person. So, for example, if you had a very intense dream that you were, I know this is going to sound terrible, that you were ending somebody. Maybe you're taking up for yourself. It's not literal that you're going to do that. And some people get really upset, or they dream that something died, or someone died, or they died. It means an old part of you is moving on and you're ready to let it go. Does that make sense? Sometimes it can be very intense. Like I've dreamed many times that I have died in the dream. And then I'm going, whoa, I died again. I guess I'm going through another change. When the first few times I didn't understand it when I was much younger, but now I realize, oh no, it's metaphoric. It means that part of me is going away. That part of me is changing. So if it's a person, for example, like say a father figure comes to you with a message that makes no sense. Why would my father tell me that? It might be your male energy is trying to help you be more assertive. So instead of it being literally that person. So what can help, like with Maddie's dream, is she had these dreams of all these different people with messages coming in. Take away all the names, take away the identity of who it was that gave you, and then look at the messages separately. Okay. Then apply, okay, that came from a strong personality that's very outspoken, or that came from a very nurturing personality that I know. It'll help you know what side is going where. I know. It's getting deep into the dream and dissecting it to see what's there. And honestly, you'll know when it clicks for you, because dream analysis is very specialized. It's very unique to you. So you're going to be the best one that can analyze it. I'm giving you some clues on how to look and see what you can find in there. Astral projection. I see that coming from there. Like mine was kind of astral projection. Yes, that can happen too. And sometimes that foggy feeling that Shadana was talking about earlier is because you're coming back into your body after a dream like that. And we're all doing that at night. We're having this little break from living in the physical world, really. And then you go, okay, I got to come back in here and ground. And you almost feel like you got concrete on you, like concrete legs, right? Like, whoa, I'm back here anchored down. Wow. I know, I hear you. Megan, I've been attempting to maintain gratefulness and positivity and believing the universe has opportunities in store. While waiting tables, I met someone who wants to invest in my business ideas. Wow. Well, gratefulness and positivity is working out for you. However, do your due diligence and homework and make sure it's legit. That's the discernment coming in from a protective mom here. But that was immediately what came in for me. That's all good, not negative. It's all just check things out and be very, just learn who this is. Just understand it, you know. And it may be that you already do, but that sounds really good. I'm saying that in general for everyone, because sometimes we can wait and wait and wait, and we can get so excited about something that comes in, and then we just got to make sure we're just not blindly, you know, going in the wrong direction. But I don't think you are. Please don't take what I'm saying in a negative way. I'm having trouble getting it out properly. I know. Gabriel helped me out, because I want you to check it out. I just want you to check it out wisely. And I think that's fantastic that you're putting out the positivity and the gratefulness, because the universe will bring us what we need. Absolutely. So you do want to check it out. Maddie, in a dream, there's a person I think wants to talk to me, and I've gotten apologies and explanations from this person in multiple dreams, but no communication in real life. That's kind of sounding like a repetitive thing, but if it's not happening in real life, maybe it has nothing literally to do with this person. Literally, I would look at this differently, just to give it an approach under Aquarius energy. If this is you've had this dream numerous times that they want to talk to you in real life. However, it may not be literally the person. Look and explore this under this moon energy to see if there's another way to look at this out of the box. Maybe we just keep going down the same path, and that's not it right there at all. Because if it's not happening in real life, then why not after that many different dreams? It's nothing for you to do. Or if this dream is about you, like most dreams are, this is something you need to know. Not literally that that person needs to talk to you. Is this something you need to understand to let go of? Is that what you need to let go of? Because this is about letting go and changing directions. I'm putting out everything that's coming into my mind immediately without filter, because that's giving you the message you need to hear. Hope that made sense. It's interesting what I'm picking up here. There's been a lot of activity for everyone, and I see that. Wow. I think it's amazing. Absolutely. Definitely coming back in my body is making me feel like I am back to all problems and responsibilities, but I actually feel so much better when I'm having dreams like that. I feel like a feather. Yeah, they do. Yes, they are. Yes, Giovanni, I see that. Yes, we do have that. Just if you have sent a message, just hang in there, because we were busy. Wednesdays and Thursdays we're busy with the production of the show and getting it all out there. So someone will definitely get back to you with that. So give you some information. We schedule those privately. We slate a time out. So if anybody wanted to do that, I do that. I have to do it on the times that I have. Sometimes I don't have the times, but sometimes, you know, we just schedule it in when I have time to do it. So we will definitely get back to you. If you have ever thought about learning something new or exploring something that feels strange to you or out of the box to you, now's the time to do it. Because Aquarius energy is all about, let's just do this completely different. That would be including looking at the dreams or something that just keeps going down this path that doesn't want to change. I really want you guys to know that this energy is here to help us move forward. This is a lot of healing work here with emotions. So if there's an emotionally charged focus that you're having, is it something we need to let go of? Because this, we keep wanting the same thing that's just not going to work out, or we keep wanting the same thing that we need to let go of. This energy is going to bring those things up to your attention, including in dreams, for you to process and work on. I hope that's making sense. Some of this is like, I know it's emotionally charged. It's like, wow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. You don't have to know right now. Remember, this is 2 months in a row of an Aquarius moon. And it's about spiritual growth, spiritual awakening. It's about all of the above. It has a lot of information here. Give yourself time to think about it. Give yourself the self-respect to listen to the needs that you need in your life to change and be more prosperous, happier. Some of these are going to be big changes for people. Some of these are going to be, no, I just need to shift how I'm approaching that. I just need to balance my checkbook a different way, and then I won't get caught out, that kind of stuff. I know. Some of it's going to be just, oh, okay, whoops, And then some of it's going to be big stuff like, oh, it's time for me to completely relocate, change jobs, change relationship, all of that. You're the one that knows. You're the one that knows and feels the pulling from your soul of what you are approaching. Okay? To be your true self is probably one of the most valuable gifts we are all given in this world, but do we even take it seriously? Do we even allow ourselves to discover it? Let yourself discover who you really are. You might be pleasantly surprised. You're a pretty awesome soul that came here with a higher purpose. So let it show itself to you. Whew. Okay. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I've totally enjoyed the conversation and the interaction. That's what I like about doing this with you guys. It's like we just get together and we just have this soul healing group time. I hope that you'll pay attention to it. I hope you'll take it seriously. I hope that you'll work and discover who you are. And thank you so much for being here. We are out of time, so I'm going to let everyone go. And I will see you next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to the Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www